Welcome to NCCI's Insights Video Edition. 2021 brought the 10th edition of NCCI's Medical Data Reports, a valuable resource that provides a state overview of costs and utilization of medical services for treating injured workers. The reports give regional comparisons and an all-state or countrywide average. For 41 jurisdictions, NCCI also provides an opioid utilization supplement with statistics on opioid costs and utilization with a 5-year look back. Joining us now with a quick update on the medical data reports is NCCI's Director of Medical Regulation and Informatics, Raji Chatturavian.
The very first change we did is we added telemedicine information. When it comes to hospital outpatient experience, we broke down the hospital outpatient experience into 3 categories, namely emergency room visits, non-emergency major surgery, and the third one is just some other services such as physical therapy and MRIs and so on. And then for ambulatory surgical centers, one of the things we did is we added a comparison of cost per visit between an ambulatory surgical center and the hospital outpatients. And finally, for drugs, we did a couple of things. One, for the non-pharmacy dispensing of drugs, typically physician dispensing, we added details of the top 5 drugs that are dispensed through a physician for the state. And then for the opioid supplement, what we did is we changed the way that we measure the amount of opioids given to an injured worker from an oxycodone pill equivalent to morphine milligram equivalents. Well, one thing we noticed is that in large part, medical services were largely stable in 2020, despite the large decrease in the number of patients that we saw treated in workers' compensation. For example, hospital inpatient is a good example where the number of hospital inpatient stays was relatively stable. On the other hand, there were several things that did change. For example, ambulatory surgical centers, those increased the use of those. The other thing that we saw increase was the use of opioids. Although opioid use had been on the decrease from 2015 to 2019, in 2020 we did see a slight increase in the utilization of opioids. For injured workers who did have an opioid, they used more opioids, so more morphine milligram equivalents per claim. And we also found that emergency room visits decreased, as one would expect.
The medical data reports are updated annually and made available on ncci.com. From the Industry Information tab, you'll find them under Publications and Reports.